This conference will now be recorded.
I'm just trying to open Power BI also parallelly with SQL Server. Okay. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Raise your voice and you can ask. Okay. So today we will start basic SQL along with the Power BI concepts. Okay. So that is a plan for today. I'm just trying to log into my Microsoft Power BI reporting. Power BI desktop, also SQL Server Management Studio. What is SQL Server Management Studio? SQL Server Management Studio is a tool to connect your SQL Server database. Okay, so in that, once you connect to the SQL Server database using SSMS, that means SQL Server Management Studio, under that you will be able to see something called Adventure Works DW 2017. So what is that? So that is going to be the database, sample database, which has been provided by Microsoft team. Okay, so let me go and check whether I'm able to. Yes, perfectly all right. See, so this is my server name. Okay, when I'm trying to log into SQL Server Management Studio, see, I'll be able to see different engines in the server type. I'll be able to see different engines, whether it is a database engine or analysis service or reporting service or integration service. It is different, you know. So right now, let me go and connect with the database engine. Okay, so what about this? So this is the server name for my SQL Server database. Okay, simply click on connect. Okay, so I have opened parallelly Power BI desktop also. I will try to load some sample tables into my Power BI desktop by connecting to the data source as my SQL Server. Okay, how to do that? You have to go to get data and you have to select a SQL Server. But as I told you, so this is only in the initial stage you have to go for get data. Since you have already connected yesterday SQL Server, instead of going for get data and clicking on SQL Server, it will ask SQL Server name and all. Or instead of going in this way, next time onwards I will try to use recent sources and I will try to click on directly on the connected established link of my data source called SQL Server database. Okay, yes, successfully I'll be able to connect to my SQL Server database. So again I'll go back to this window. I will try to connect. See, under databases I'll be able to see different databases, AdventureWorks, different report server temp DB. So what is AdventureWorks? As I told you, it is a sample database which has been provided by Microsoft team for practicing purpose. So under this sample database, you will be able to see different tables. Is it not something you or myself has created? It is something, these tables, predefined tables, which has been created by Microsoft team itself. Okay, so as I told you, we have two ways of designing reports. But method one, you yourself has to create your own tables. You yourself has to insert some sample records into the table. So once this tables with data is ready, then only you will be able to access the tables through Power BI and you can perform your analytics. That is method one. Method two, since already Microsoft has provided a sample database called AdventureWorks DW, you are going to download the backup file of this particular AdventureWorks and you are going to restore this into your SQL Server so that you will be able to see the AdventureWorks. So whatever the tables are available under AdventureWorks, you can make it utilized to your Power BI reports. Either ways you can go. This is in a training environment, but in the project environment it will be not like that. See, suppose you have been assigned to a project, so today is your starting day. It is not that always you have to create. See, already in the project, if it is an ongoing project, you will be having list of tables already created. Yes, there is situations wherein you need to create a new tables, you need to insert some new records. That is always there. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about basic SQL, how to create, how to insert all those things also. Okay, right. Come back to Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop I have connected to adventureverse. I will try to take some sample tables. Okay, say dim customer table, say dim date table, uh, dim product category, dim product subcategory. Let me take one fact internet sales table. Okay, and click on load. The moment you click on load, click on OK. It will try to import all the tables by connecting to the SQL server as a data source, and it will try to load the data into your Power BI desktop for reporting purpose. Now, in the left hand side, as we were discussed yesterday, if I want to see the data, so I'm going to click on the data pane, and you're going to click on the tables. If I want to see dim date tables data, or product subcategory data I want to see, or product category data I want to see, it is just mouse over and click on the required objects to see the particular data. Now, what is the third option? Data modeling. As I told you, modeling is going to be taken care by your Power BI desktop itself. See, I haven't created any modeling, simply I have extracted the tables. The moment I have extracted the tables, automatically the relations between the tables has been built automatically by Power BI desktop. So that is the beauty of this tool. Now go to this, go to this. Okay, Power BI has two Power BI desktop has two different panes. Okay, Power BI desktop has two different panes. What are those? So one is Power BI Designer. Second one is Power Query Editor. What is Power Query Editor? What is Power BI Designer? What is the purpose of this? So Power BI Designer, first of all, we'll see. You said, like Santosh, you said like you have, we will be able to see two panes, but you're able to see only one pane. So to see the second pane, you have to click on edit queries and click on edit queries. See, just trying to minimize this. Yes, see, this is your Power Query Editor, and whatever you're able to see in the background, it is called as a Power BI Designer. So what is the purpose of Microsoft team has to implement two different windows? The reason is, in Power BI Designer, you're going to design the reports. You're going to design the new reports. So even if you see, this is your designer. How can you say that this is a designer? Because designer is a place where you are going to have sample visualization templates. Okay, where you'll be having sample visualization templates. Now when you try to import some tables by connecting to your data source as SQL server to your Power BI desktop, all the tables are getting loaded into the Power BI desktop, and that tables are going to be stored under fields area, under fields area. Okay, if you want to see the data, you can click here, if you want to design any report, you can click here. If you want to see the model, you'll go and click here. So this is about basic things. Okay, we'll talk about filters activity little later. Okay, right now that is not important right now. Right. So now what is the use of Power Query editor? So the reason behind designing the Power Query editor, suppose you remember in the initial stage, like in the demo session, we have discussed about what if in the currency conversion, if you have some differences, or if you need any kind of transformations to be applied on your source data, so then where are you going to do that kind of transformations? So we are going to do that kind of transformations in the Power Query editor. So all transformation related activities, all transformation related activities is going to be done under Power Query editor. So whatever you are able to see is a Power Query editor. So you'll be able to see some options here. Okay, you'll be able to see some options here. So these are all the options pertaining to implement the transformations required. Okay, so what is exactly this pane is called as? This pane is called as a top ribbon pane. Top ribbon pane. Okay, internally Power Query editor has split it into four panes. Okay, Power Query in four panes. What are those? So first is your top ribbon pane. Second, query settings pane. Okay, then third is data pane. Then fourth is, see, you're able to see this is query settings pane, queries pane. Okay, you have query settings pane is there, also you have query pane. So these are the four different panes which is internally if you categorize your Power Query. So if you go and see, okay, whatever you're able to see on top of this, as I told you just now, this is going to be treated as a top ribbon pane. Whatever the tables that you're going to import, all are going to be loaded into Power BI desktop in the place of under queries. See, dim customer is a table if you're talking about SQL Server. But if you're talking about Power BI desktop, dim customer is a query. One table equal to one query. See, dim customer is a table in the data source, but when you import to Power BI desktop, it is going to be treated as a query. Okay, so dim customer query, dim date query, dim product query. So query is nothing but it's a table, but in terms of Power BI desktop, table is nothing but a query. So there is a pane called queries pane, wherein we are going to see all the imported queries or objects. Okay, even if you import, like yesterday we have imported one Excel file, that also is going to be stored here somewhere like as an object or as a table. That is also going to be treated as a one query. One object is going to be treated as one query. Okay, whatever your source may be, your source may be SQL Server, your source may be TSV file or CSV file or TXT file or JSON file or XML file, anything. Your Power BI will try to convert and try to load all this data into Power BI desktop. Once it is loaded, it is going to be treated as a query. Now, what is the third pane? Third pane is called as a data pane. Whatever you are able to see, this area is called as a data pane. Okay, so this is a top ribbon pane, this is a queries pane, this is a data pane, where you are going to see the data of the queries or data of the individual objects. What about the third pane? Fourth pane. It is a query settings pane. What is the purpose of using query settings pane? Okay, so the purpose of using query settings pane is in the all the transformation related activities are going to be covered under Power Query as a each and every test. Whatever you perform in the Power Query, it is going to be tracked as a new step. Okay, each and every activity is going to be tracked as a step, as a new step, and all these kinds of steps are going to be tracked under query settings pane under applied steps. You're able to see applied steps, right? You'll be able to see your each and every activity is going to be tracked as a new step under query settings under applied steps. Also you will be able to see the properties under query settings pane. So that's about the details, about basic details about your Power Query. So guys, till now, are you clear? Do you have any questions? Satish, Surya, Suresh, Nani,
No, sir.
Rupa?
No, sir.
Okay, so guys, are you clear, right? Okay. Now, let us, okay, fine, thank you. So this is something about basic, okay? So as I told you, under query settings pane, whatever the actions that you do, even each single action, okay? Suppose right now, what is that something you're able to see under applied steps? You're able to see only source navigation. Okay, let me try to implement one small change to understand whether it is going to be tracked as a new step or not. So suppose I have a title column in which all the values are null. I don't want this column to be present under this particular table. Simply right click and I will try to remove. See, so that means, guys, did you understand the difference now? Hello, guys, try to understand the difference here.
Yeah.
Now you will be able to see a new step added called removed columns. So that means whatever the operations that you are going to perform under Power Query Editor, it is going to be tracked as a new step under query settings pane under applied steps. So any number of changes, it is going to be added as a new step, new step, new step, new step, new step, new step under applied steps. Suppose I have a requirement, okay, saying unknowingly, unfortunately, I have removed the different column which was not intended or which was not required to delete, but I have deleted unfortunately. I want to get it back. I want to roll back. See, in normal Word documents and all, we will generally press Ctrl Z to get the undo values, undo action. So do we have any undo activity in this Power Query Editor? So the option is yes, we do have. How? Simply you're going to click on the into mark. So right now you're able to see, you're not able to see the title column here since you have deleted. But unfortunately I have deleted. My client will say no, Santosh, just revert it with the old backup. So then what you have to do? Simply you have to come here and click on this into mark. See, again you're able to see the title. So try to understand the basics. Okay, so we have under Power Query, we have 4 panes: top ribbon pane, queries pane, data pane, query settings pane. So under query settings pane, there is a place called applied steps. Whatever the activities that you are going to provide under queries, I mean in the Power Query Editor, each and every activity is going to be tracked as a new step under applied steps. Okay, so if you don't want to do, or if you want to apply some kind of undo kind of changes, yes we do have, Microsoft will support on that. So simply you are going to click on the into mark. There is a top ribbon pane where we are going to see all the options related to the transformations. So when I say transformations, it can be any kind of transformation. It can be removing the column, adding and combining more than one column, or 2 3 columns into one column. It can be any kind of transformation validations. All are going to be covered under top ribbon pane by using some icons. So we are going to discuss each and every icon during the course of tenure. Each and every icon we are going to cover. After that, there is a pane called a queries pane, wherein we are going to whatever the tables that we are going to load, it is going to be stored under queries. So finally, data pane. Data pane is a place where you are going to see the complete data of the particular queries or objects. Any queries, any questions till this point? Are you guys clear?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Satish, yes sir. Nani, delete rows. Everything is going to discuss. Don't worry. Okay. Nani, we'll go step by step. Okay. Let us not jump into some options. Everything is going to be possible in Power BI, but we have some roadmap. We will follow that roadmap. Okay. This is about basics about this thing. So we will keep Power BI for some time aside. So again, we will go back to the basic SQL part. Okay. So to go back to basic SQL part, first we need to understand data. What is data? Data is a collection of raw facts, raw facts and figures. So that means data is a collection of raw facts and figures. Now, what is database? So database is a collection of data. Data is a collection of raw facts and figures. Database is a collection of data. Now, you people mostly heard about DBMS. What do you mean what do you mean by DBMS? DBMS stands for Database Management System. What is the meaning of database management system? Okay, so managing or organizing the collected data in a proper way is called as a database management system. Managing the collected data in a proper way is called as your database management system. So you're able to see Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, MySQL, Teradata. So all these things are you're able to see. All are databases. All are databases. All are, you can call this as a RDBMS packages. What do you mean by RDBMS package? So these are all the examples, like SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, MySQL. These are all the examples for RDBMS packages. They all are called as the RDBMS packages. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. Okay, so when DBMS was doing perfect, okay, let me just give you 2 minutes of brief description on how the things will go. In olden days, when no softwares was there, so what was the system? bank people or anybody used to follow. So they used to follow a system called file system, wherein they were going to manually enter the customer or account or whatever the organization related data. So then what makes the things to come and to come up with a new concept called a database management system. So they have actually come started with the database management system. The reason is, by using the file system, so there are a lot of challenges and drawbacks. See, if you're trying to maintain your data, suppose assume a company is there with 100 people. Okay, so tomorrow, I mean after 1 year, the employee count got increased from 100 to 1000. So maintaining the 1000 employees informations into one particular record, if some employee comes to get some details, so he will come to HR and he will ask. So what he has to do, all the way HR has to open the register, and he has to search from the first record to till that employee's ID is reaches. Maybe he may be it may be reaches to 10 pages or 100 pages. We are not sure, but how much time it will take to at least get the data. So it will take, say, some good amount of time, say 30 minutes. Immediately two more employees come, so like that in a day 10 to 10 30 employees comes, and they will ask for some requirement. How much time it will take for for an HR to simply get the data? So a lot of time, whole day is wasted. So do you think that is the appropriate way? No. So that means it is taking more time to fetch the record, fetch the data of a particular employee, fetch the data of a particular product, fetch the data of a particular project. See, in a organizations, we'll be having different subject areas. We'll be having employee as a subject area, product as a subject area. Okay, so projects as a separate area. So many related areas will be there. See, you can maintain all the information in one table, but that is not proper way. That is a denormalized data. So that means that is not the correct way of maintaining all the data, all subject areas data into one single table. So what people generally will do is, so they will categorize the subject areas. Okay, employee subject area, I will try to create one table and I will try to store. Say we are able to see dim customer table, so that is a kind of a subject area wherein I'm going to keep track on all customer related data. What is a gender, what is a yearly income, what is a marital status, everything I'm going to track. So like that, for product I will try to maintain separate table, well project I will try to maintain separate table. But as a person in the company, if I want to see a particular product level information, so assume my company is having designing or delivering say 100 or 1000 product, or say 500 products. In that I want to search for one particular product. In olden days, where your software was not there, so they were using file system. How much time it will take for you to get the data? It will take a lot of time. So that means time is consuming. See, in the norm, in the latest date trends and all, we are in the latest generations wherein we feel like time is money. Time is money. Even if you design any report, if you're opening this report, it is taking 1 hour to load the data and to see the report. So then whatever the effort that you have put, it is waste. People don't have time, boss. Even any bust customer also don't have time. So the moment he clicks, he will expect the data on the screens. The moment he clicks on the any particular report with any particular criteria, he needs some data on the report. So here time is money. So time is a factor, main factor. So that is a main drawback in file system. Point one. Point two, security. Okay. In terms of security, there is no security. If anybody can take that register and they can utilize, they can reuse the data or whatever they want, they can do. So there is no security. So no security. Then time constraints is there. What about the quality and durability? See, I have started my company say 10 years back. If I'm maintaining the same data in the file system, in the kind of registers and all, what is the state of that particular register after 10 years? Obviously it will not the same stage where you are started. You may lose customers data, you may lose products data, you may lose projects data. So which is very very important in terms of organizing a company. So which is a biggest mistake. So if you keep on going like looking for the disadvantage, it will take 1 hour. But these are the major focus areas wherein people to think and to come up with a concept called DBMS. So database management systems. The moment DBMS comes into the picture in the market, people started capturing the data in the form of tables, again in the form of rows and columns. Okay, suppose if you say select the star from dim customer table. Okay, so once they have started using database management system, they have started storing their data in the table format. Dim customer is a table, again in the form of rows and columns. So this is a row, this is one column, this is two column, third column, fourth column. Perfect. So that means security is good. Time is, see, if I want to see a particular record, say I will try to write simple where customer key equal to 11,000. Quickly it will try to display. How much time? It is like in no second, like not even 1 second. So that means time taken for you to fetch the records is more in DBMS. There is a security, you can high security you can maintain. And you're talking about quality. I have created this table say sometime 10 years back. What is the condition of this table now? Whatever the condition was there, the same condition I'll be able to see. Okay, until unless if I don't delete or drop this particular table. So that makes to people to think and to come up and to migrate from their file systems to DBMS. So right, when DBMS, I mean they were using DBMS. So when DBMS was for doing well, what all those Microsoft they have come up with a new concept called RDBMS. So as I told you, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, these are all the products of different companies. You can call these are RDBMS packages. So when DBMS was doing fine, what makes the people to think and come up with the RDBMS concepts? So the reason is size limitations, space limitations. So DBMS can support up to some extent, say up to this many number of tables DBMS can support. After that, beyond that, your DBMS system will not support. So there is a space constraint is there. So that makes people to think a new concept called RDBMS. In RDBMS also, it is similar like DBMS. Okay, we are also going to do in RDBMS in a table formats. We are also going to store the data in the tables, again in the rows and columns. Okay, so the difference between DBMS and RDBMS is RDBMS you don't have any size limit. Based on the relations you can have any number of tables to be created. So that's where this RDBMS concept now comes into the picture, and people has utilized this RDBMS package concept, and they have created all these databases. See, Microsoft SQL Server is a database which has been created by Microsoft company with the help of RDBMS concepts, and they have renamed it to Microsoft SQL Server. Like that, Oracle Corporation has been created their own database with the concept of RDBMS packages and they have renamed it to Oracle. So like that, different companies has been created their own database and they have renamed it to their own company names. So people who has complete knowledge on Oracle or SQL Server, you can straight away say, yes, I will be able to work on even my Sybase or MySQL, because all the databases are designed based on RDBMS concepts only. That means tables, indexes, stored procedures, functions, constraints, views, all these things are similar in the different environment, but provided some syntactical differences in between SQL Server to Oracle, Oracle to Sybase, Sybase to MySQL, so like that. So you will find some syntax differences, but not kind of concepts related difference. In a simple layman terms, if you talk about, see, in generally routine lives, we have, any grains atta is there. So if you want to prepare, you can prepare puris, you can prepare chapatis, if you can prepare some other item, some other item, some other item, but the content is your wheat atta. So by using that content, you can design whatever the format that you want. Like that, by using RDBMS packages, they have designed different databases, but the content is your RDBMS project. So hope this is clear, guys. So this is the basic that everyone should understand first. Okay, so what is the intention of database? What is data? What is database? What is DBMS? What is RDBMS? Why do we actually go for database RDBMS? What was the situation which people think to come up with a new concept called RDBMS? So this is a kind of situation. Any questions? Satish, Suresh, Surya, Nani, Rupa?
No, sir. Clear.
No, sir.
Clear? Okay, Satish. Okay.
Clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So I need to catch up other meetings, so I'm holding here. So do you have